everyone, welcome back to our podcast with me, Farah. Today we are present with 4 special guests to talk about 3 subjects that are rather different but still connected. But before we get started, let's introduce our guests, shall we? Here we have Charlene, a PE student, Meli, a student who specializes in mathematics, Regine, a young artist with inspiring artwork, and Steffi, an ambitious 12th grader who is still deciding her future path. Now you must be wondering how these various fields might have something in common. This time we choose the topic subject in school. Are they really necessary? Where we'll be talking about how mathematics, physical education, and arts are necessary to be taught at school and their benefits. Alright, let's start with Charlene. What's your take on physical education in school and how it's benefited you?
PE is a subject that not only promotes physical activity but also encourages students to do it themselves through practice. Some examples of physical activities are like running, jogging, or also playing ball. Through PE, they learn about the importance of staying healthy and fit, but also teamwork, sportsmanship, and other skills to strive in their daily life. Throughout my school years, I've learned 5 components of physical activity, which are body composition, flexibility, strength, muscle endurance, and also cardiorespiratory endurance.
Whoa, so what I'm catching is that PE is very important for the student to stay fit and improve their skill, right? But that makes me curious. How have you ever had a standardized test that must be taken by all students?
I actually have. In the 12th grade, students are required to take various fitness tests at like an allocated amount of time as a part of a fitness program. This test includes sit-ups, jumping jacks, skipping, but also like other more specific, like we were asked to reach a specific score within a given amount of time to pass. It is a way for the school to assess our physical fitness and encourage us to stay active. At this time, I struggled the most with sit-ups because they were especially difficult for me because I lacked the stomach muscles and I haven't exercised my core enough, and no matter how hard I tried, I found it challenging to complete the amount required in the given time. On the other hand, I didn't have much trouble with backups, jumping jacks, or skipping since I regularly include those in my daily routine. I was able to complete them without too much difficulty, and my legs and back muscles were much stronger, so I felt more comfortable doing this fitness activities.
Oh, that sounds like a lot. From my experience, I have to agree that sit-ups are the hardest. I always struggle while pulling myself back up. Do you think those tests benefit students in a certain way?
In my opinion, those tests are made to know how fit the students are and how often they exercise. At the school, and the school can arrange activities more suitable for their range of abilities while also still developing them. Some students may struggle to meet the standard at first, but the goal is to encourage progress instead of just passing. Oh, and also doesn't just end there. Beyond physical strength, the school encourages us to sharpen our analytic skills. After receiving these scores, we are encouraged to make a graph and encouraged to process the data to see them visually and also to track our performances.
No, that's new. I think it's really creative that your school somehow combine physical and mathematical skills. Speaking of graph, which are closely related to mathematics, can you please tell us, Meli, what is the relevance of mathematics as a school subject?
So mathematics is basically a study in the science field which focus on numbers, shapes, and patterns. These skills develops students' problem-solving skills and analytical skills. In most school curriculums, math is the first and the main basis of subjects such as chemistry and physics. It's also a strong foundation for various careers and also everyday tasks such as groceries when you're budgeting for groceries or shopping. Even early humans likely use math to count animals and also everyday objects by carving tally and walls.
Oh, Oh, I agree, as it's one of the most important subjects to teach as it is used by most people in their daily lives. I've read from a website that nowadays math has developed far beyond basic counting, such as data analysis and presentation. Can you explain more specifically about how you gather and analyze data presentation in math?
Of course, Farah. So, data presentation involves interpreting data sets in a visual form so it can be easier for the audience to understand. Some of the basic forms are textual, tabular, and diagrammatic. There are some steps I have to do to make a data presentation. First, I collect and organize my data. Then, I choose a presentation form. It can be in a diagram, bar graphs, or pie charts. Lastly, I label my data to describe the information and provide clarity to the viewers.
Oh my god, that sounds really complicated for me, but I agree, presenting data through a visual form is much easier to understand rather than just showing some numbers. Have you ever faced any obstacles while analyzing them?
I definitely have. So in school, we collect data to surveys and experiments, such as this fitness test. Then we find its average, middle value, and the value that often arise. Lastly, we process the data into graph. Sometimes the data that we receive can be inaccurate or incomplete, which make the analyzing part more difficult. But these obstacles teach me to be more careful and throughout in the future.
Okay, thanks for the insight, Melly. You really helped me understand the steps to analyze data. Now let's move on to Regine, our artist. What is art from your point of view, and why do you think art is an important part of the curriculums?
Okay, hello Farah. For me, art is an act where you express your feelings or ideas while also using your imaginations through visual elements such as colors, shapes, and textures. In the making of art, you can choose from various types of mediums such as paintings, sculpture making, dancing, cinematography, and many more. I think it's crucial in schools because it flourishes students' creativity, emotional intelligence, and appreciation for nature.
Oh, that sounds so cool. And as you said, art has various forms. So can I say that math and PE are a form of art as well?
You know what? It actually is. In math, serving data in graphs is a form visual of art. For example, a well-designed bar graph can communicate its information effectively while being aesthetically pleasing. And as for PE, physical movements like dance or gymnastics are actually a form of performance art. And choreography is a combination between artistic creativity and physical strength after all.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've heard that you specialize in making illustrations. I saw one of your works earlier and I think that they are really great. How did you create them and what made you interested in them?
Thank you so much. For me, an illustration is a way to explain something through a visual work. So you can say that illustrations are basically a visual interpretation of a concept. Creating illustrations caught my eye since I was young because I love its unique way of telling a story. Creating illustration also involves a few steps. Firstly, you must gather every single inspiration that you have, and also you need to brainstorm the concept to get a clear vision of the thing that you're gonna make. And then you're gonna start by making rough sketches, refining the details, and finalizing.
Oh, all those steps must have taken some time. Have you ever faced any struggles throughout the process? Because personally, I think I might get stuck on brainstorming the concepts.
It actually does, but I enjoy the process because it has been my hobbies for quite a while now. Although sometimes I do face some struggles, such as finding inspiration or getting the ideas to loom exactly what I wanted to envision them. But by practicing and patience, I managed to overcome my problems. By practicing, I also learned some techniques to perfect my illustrations.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your experience, Regine. It was very inspiring. From what we have heard from our sources, we've concluded that every subject in school has its own benefits and unique value. But that makes me curious about something, Steffi. What's your personal take from today's?
After listening to today's chat with other guests, I definitely have to agree with the idea that every school subject is useful in their own ways. Each subject doesn't only provide students with practical knowledge, but also shapes essential skills to carry in their daily lives and future endeavors. For example, math can teach students to manage money, be more thorough in doing their work, and enhance their analytical and problem-solving skills. On the other hand, we have art, where we can express our creativity and imagination that can't be captured with words, and also express our thoughts and feelings in a visual media. Lastly, from PE, we can learn about the importance of collaboration and teamwork to achieve our goal beyond promoting physical fitness. Additionally, I think that PE can sharpen our leadership by, for example, being the captain of a sports team. I can recall my experience as the captain of the volley team in the 11th grade. It taught me to strategize effectively and handle responsibility under pressure.
Thanks for the review. If I may know from all of the physical activity you were taught at school, which one's your favorite aside from volleyball?
Aside from playing volleyball, I do jump ropes as a daily exercise since it's really fun and brings a lot of benefits for your body. Its various techniques makes my workouts exciting and prevents them from being repetitive, so that every session feels like a fun new challenge rather than just another boring exercise routine. Apart from being fun, I heard that it also improves your agility and flexibility, which isn't just beneficial for your athletic performance, but it's also good for your daily activities.
Oh, I didn't know jump rope had that many benefits. I thought skipping was just a game for kids to have fun. But now I think I might add it to my workout routine since I've been wanting to improve my agility.
It does, although these past few years, some misconception has risen up, which is about how skipping can cause excessive strains on joints. Well, the truth is, if it's done correctly, it can precisely strengthen them. From my past experience, skipping every day makes me feel fresh while doing my activities throughout the day. A research once said that it's because skipping increases your heart rate, stimulates the release of endorphin, and also expands your lung capacity. So jump rope isn't just for kids to play around, but it's also a tool to improve your health. And the best part about it is that jump rope is affordable since it requires minimum equipment. The moves are simple and it can be done anywhere, anytime, which makes it the perfect exercise for people from various age ranges. So if you want to start exercising but are too lazy to go to the gym, I'd say you start your journey by skipping.
Oh, I guess I'll try jump roping sometimes later. But for now, I guess it's a wrap for today's discussion.
Yay!
We hope our talk gives you a new perspective on the importance of things you learn at school and how it connects each other in real life experience. Thank you so much to our amazing guests for all the insight and to all of you that listening to us. We'll see you next time with another interesting topic to explore. Goodbye.
Bye!